Hey guys, welcome to the garage, the place where the artwork dries. And since we're here, it's pretty messy. I figured I'd make a video on another failed painting. And this one is not as cringy as the RoboCop one. It wasn't technically like a visual failure. It was a failure on a personal failure because I've had people look at it and there's a lot of people that like it. And I guess that's a weird thing. When I post stuff that I don't like, it usually gets a lot of likes and like a lot of feedback, which is so weird. And I'm thinking like, am I really just fighting against the grain, fighting against my own natural style? But I don't want this to be my style. And one of the bigger issues is the profile. I did this specific painting. It's from a side view of a face, which you would think it should be easier, right? You don't have to worry about two eyes. Usually you just have a profile of the nose. It doesn't have all the details of the front of the face, or at least you just have half of them. And a lot of them are kind of like, skewed because you're looking at them from the side anyways. But yeah, it came out looking really flat. It came out looking almost like illustration rather than a loose painting. And that's something that I kind of wind up or wind down to. Like my natural, like if I don't paint for a long time, let's say if I don't paint for a couple of weeks and I sit to paint, that first painting is always going to kind of look like this. Why? I don't know. Maybe because of my history with acrylics. I did a lot of acrylic painting back in the day, and you don't have a lot of time in acrylics, so I wasn't doing a lot of blending. But this, I have time to blend, and I still didn't. It still feels very like illustrative, like an illustration rather than like a vector illustration with a lot of colors, rather than something that's more blended with oil paints. And I guess I could get away with it if I was more looser with like broad strokes, bigger brushes. Then oils can definitely cover that range that I'm after. But here I just didn't do it. But the biggest flop, like my biggest takeaway or lack thereof, is that I didn't learn anything from it. And I think that's the biggest bummer. Most every painting that I'm doing, like every daily test that I do, I walk away from it thinking, okay, tomorrow I'm not gonna do this, or tomorrow I'm gonna try this. Like I try to risk it. I'm a pretty risky painter, and then I'll either like fail or I'll succeed, but I'll learn from it, right? And it's like gives me confidence for next time. It's like, okay, I did that. And that, like it's like a toolkit, right? Like I'm just collecting all these little tools, these little techniques that I can use later on. But here I did nothing. Like I felt like I went for it just felt safe, and I still flopped it, and I didn't learn anything from it. There was no takeaway. When I walked away from it, I was like, well, what now? Like I got nothing from it. It just felt like a waste of time. Now visually, it's not bad. People like it, but it's just I wish I got something from it. And I think that speaks to what a lot of people mention, and I believe in this as well, that sometimes you will have a pretty good growth. Like the incline of like if you're looking at it like a graph, it's going to be like a steep graph of like, oh, like boom, I improved a lot. And then you have moments where you just don't improve for a long time. In this case, it literally, like, it felt to me like it was a retraction. Like I took a step back, and I think that's what the biggest bummer was. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it's just like maybe I'm plateaued, but to me it felt like I definitely took a few steps back with this one. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, because when I sat down, I'm like, okay, let's keep it loose. Let's use big brushes. Let's just do our thing. Let's just try to get into that flow. And I just couldn't find that flow. And there was a level of uncomfort when I was painting it. And I think it shows through it, at least to me. I can see it, but it is what it is. I think we'll end the video on that note. Please like, sub, comment, whatever you guys can do affects the channel. So I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys soon. Cheers.